Hi, everyone. I guess we can start. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our second Perpetual Protocol community call. It's great to have you all here, and we look forward to sharing our latest news and updates with you. Today from the team, we have Nick, our lead strategy, and we have Xing, our Perpetual marketing person, and I'm Lee KB, also in marketing. And we also have one of our founders, One, today with us on the call as well, who will be answering some questions. There he is. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll just share the slides. Just a moment. All right. So first up is we'll share some protocol stats. So Nick, do you want to take the wheel here? All right, go ahead.
Cool. So just very briefly, I guess, from a protocol level, I'll go through a little bit of the stats, but high level, we hit 3 billion in terms of trading volume not too long ago. I think it was either the last 2 days ago or something like that. And so correspondingly, like we can see about 3 million in terms of fees collected, about 712 kind of distinct traders. So these are unique wallets that have interacted with the protocol, and then about 800,000 odd trades between all of these kind of 712 traders. If we look at the next one, we took a rolling average daily trading volume. Sorry, Lee, if you could. And this one is basically what we did was we took kind of a rolling kind of 28 days, and then we just took what the trading volume was of that, with the idea that we kind of we're still aiming for that kind of 300 million kind of rolling daily average. We're on track. We're at about 60 mil thereabouts, and it's only been going up, so it hasn't plateaued at all so far. If we look at the next chart, it's again the same thing, but in terms of average daily traders. So this is kind of the number of wallets that are trading on the exchange on any given day. We're at about 90, 91, 92 traders. It's plateaued slightly since kind of Feb 28th, but we're hoping that that'll go up as we have a couple more marketing events coming up. The next one is an interesting one, which is just a demonstration really of, so this graph shows all of the traders who only ever trade one single market. And you can basically see that every time we launch a new market, we get kind of new traders that are coming on board. So we know that this strategy of, I guess, launching new markets does help us with acquiring new users. And so we're planning on kind of continuing this. And then the very last kind of metric I'll share is a little bit of the retention. I won't go into it too much, so please do check out Dune if you have time. But what this is basically showing is weekly cohorts and their retention in terms of trading activity. So on the users, you can see on the week of Jan 25th, we had 72 users. And then the top is like the number of weeks afterwards. So we can see that 6 weeks after, we still have 19% of users that are still kind of trading on the platform. On Dune, you can kind of see it out a little bit further. So you can kind of see what the cohorts are performing, but most of the cohorts look fairly similar, and the numbers are surprisingly a lot higher from the retention perspective than we're expecting, which is really good. I think that kind of wraps up the stats side.
Yeah, so next we'll share some of the latest updates that we have. And actually we have lots of updates to share. This is sort of a small selection. If you want to get more updates and updates a little bit more frequently, we've started a newsletter. So I'd really recommend everybody sign up for the newsletter. We'll put the link, we've shared the link on our Twitter and in Discord and Telegram. So you can check out those spots. If you don't see it somewhere, then just come to our Discord and ask us for it. We're happy to give you the link for that. And we might try and put the link in the chat here now. So for the big updates that we'd like to share today, The first one is relating to transaction mining and balancer rewards. Okay, so I'll just continue. For the transaction mining, we launched this a few weeks ago, and after a trial period, we decided that we feel like it can be improved further. So we've put this program on hold for the time being, and we'll be looking at making some updates to it and further discussion in the community and with other stakeholders to see if we want to launch it again and try and improve it and make it a lot more effective. A second thing that's important to keep in mind is our Balancer LP reward program that we've been running ever since our Balancer LBP back in September. This reward program has served us very well, and there's lots of liquidity for trading perp now, especially compared to those early days. So we're gradually winding down this rewards program, mostly in anticipation of our own native staking program, which will be starting very soon. So keep your eyes open for that. There will be announcements probably in the next few weeks. Of course, with all of our developments, we never promise some fixed date that we'll launch. We want to make the product as best we can as possible before launching. So yeah, we can't give any like solid dates, but for sure right now staking is one of our top priorities and we're working very hard on it. So there should be news about that coming soon. Another interesting development, actually the next two things are related in some way. We now have an arbitrage bot that was developed by the team. This bot basically allows you to trade on FTX and Perpetual protocol at the same time and perform arbitrage. So if there's a difference in the price between the perp on FTX and a perp on Perpetual protocol, then you can use the bot to automatically take advantage of that spread. So if you're into programming or if you're handy with the command line, go and check that out. It's on our GitHub. If you want to find the link, you can also just let us know in our Discord, and we'll be happy to give you the link for that. Another interesting bit of news on a similar front is Hummingbot. If you haven't heard of Hummingbot, you can check them out, hummingbot.io. It's also an arbitrage bot and market making bot. It has a bunch of more functions than our own in-house arbitrage bot. So if you're looking for more like market making and a variety of functions, check it out. It can also connect to over a dozen different exchanges. So that's really interesting. You can use Perpetual protocol with Binance, Coinbase Pro, or a variety of other exchanges. So definitely check that out. Moving right along. Upcoming, we have some different rewards programs and other programs to attract more users to come and use the protocol. Our main focus right now for marketing is attracting new users to come and try out the protocol. So something that we are actually already doing, and some of you may have heard of already, is we're doing small airdrops of USDC on the XDAI network to users who've never used Perpetual protocol before. What this does is lets people start trading right away. We just drop the funds into your wallet, and you can go to perp.exchange and open a trade right away. And make several trades, even though it's a small amount of money. And it can really show off the ability of the platform to let you trade with no gas fees and with really fast finality, thanks to the XDAI network. So that's something pretty exciting. If you have not signed up for that yet, you can come to our Discord and go to the help channel. In the help channel, you'll find a button to open a ticket with us, and we'll drop that money into your wallet. Another interesting bit of marketing news is we are planning to roll out a referral program. Initially, we'll be working mostly with influencers to give out referral codes, but we hope to expand this program in the future, and we really look forward to having a bunch of new users coming on board through this new program that we're setting up. I already mentioned a bit about staking, and that's part of this update. Staking is really highly anticipated. You know, we get questions about staking just about every day. We also really look forward to having this come online. It's a major aspect of our protocol, and it's a major aspect of our tokenomics as well. Like there's it's a really major pillar in our token feedback loop that drives the token and also drives the adoption of the protocol itself. So we're really looking forward to having this on board. The team is working like really hard on this right now. It's one of our top priorities, and we look forward to having this out in the next few weeks. Like I say, we never promised like a specific date, but it's our top priority right now, so it should be coming soon. And finally, we aim to launch new markets every week. And this week we expect to launch Compound token on Perpetual protocol. So there'll be a new trading pair. Or it could be Uni. Actually, there's some uncertainty as of this exact moment because we're waiting for confirmation from Chainlink. Basically, previous to this, we were using Chainlink on mainnet, sorry. So recently Chainlink launched XDAI price feeds. So we're gradually migrating over to XDAI price feeds. And we're just waiting for Chainlink to confirm the comp token and Uni token on the XDAI price feed. And whichever one is available first, that's who will launch. So basically this week and next week, you can expect to see 2 new markets, and it's going to be Comp and Uni. So look forward to that. All right, so that wraps up our updates for now. Like I say, if you're looking for more updates and more frequent updates, check out our newsletter. I think it's perpetualprotocol.substack.com, but you can come to our Discord to get the link. We will post the link everywhere we can. It's also been announced on our Twitter, so you can check out our Twitter for that announcement. And you can get more updates through that channel. All right, so we'll move on to Q&A, and we'll first take questions from the chat, and followed by some questions from our Discord, where we got some questions from people who can't join us on the call today. Options. Okay, so the first question that we have is, will we also start offering options? I believe the question is if the protocol will be expanding into options as well. Currently, we do not have any plan for this. We really want to focus on perpetuals. In the DeFi space, there are already a few different options providers available, and we feel like the space is pretty well served in this regard. On the other hand, we feel like in DeFi, perpetuals have a lot of room to grow, and so far there's no sort of one major player in the perpetual area. So we really want to focus on targeting this user group, especially since perpetuals are such a huge product for the crypto space. It's like probably the #1 derivative in the crypto space. So we really want to focus on making the best possible perpetual swap protocol in DeFi. All right, so the next question we have is asking about leverage tokens. Actually, leverage tokens are something that we are researching very actively right now, and we're working on a design for leverage tokens. So we expect to have a leverage token product at some point. We don't know exactly when, but it's currently under intensive research. So if you're an expert in leverage tokens, we'd love to hear from you. But that should be an option quite soon. Quite soon. Yeah, within the next couple of quarters probably. But it's under active research.
Actually, we have a bounty for leverage token. So I think so it will be done by a third-party team, not the code team. But I think it will be soon. The leverage token will be on the XDAI layer first. So when you launch, and then we will, so you will kind of like have 2 steps. The first step is have it on XDAI, and the second step is kind of like transfer that to the ETH mainnet after. So yeah.
All right, thanks for that extra info. Very useful. All right, the next question we have is regarding the UI, and you'll be happy to know that yes, we are working on UI updates. There's going to be several different UI updates. We are expecting to roll out a native XDAI UI, which will improve compatibility with hardware wallets and a variety of other improvements. We also expect to launch a mobile UI. So if you're using like MetaMask on your phone, that will be a major improvement for you. And just broadly, there will be more and more UI updates. We have now an in-house designer, Leo, who's on the call today, and he's doing a really great job and bringing bring all kinds of UI updates and aesthetic updates to make the platform look even better and much easier to use. So this is really great. And you should start seeing these new UI things rolling out within the next couple of weeks.
Yep. One thing I want to add on the UI is that we have this newsletter that actually start from this week that we try to kind of like aggregate the sprint. So we have given sprint. So we kind of like put the goal of every sprint on that newsletter. So if you guys are interested on the prioritize, we have so many things that to do. So we try to prioritize those tasks, and it actually reflect in the newsletter. So if you guys are interested, you can take a look at the newsletter. If you have any like questions or feedbacks, just you can let us know on Discord, and then I think we can, we can kind of like adjust the priority, maybe, I don't know, but that's the thing we're working on now. So on UI, we're working on the SDI native interface, mostly because the hardware wallet issue, and also like the other like mobile wallet or other things. I think after that, we will work on the mobile UI. So that will be a big update for the UI.
Okay, thanks for the extra info. Our next question is if we are doing something to improve or reduce the fees on the XDAI bridge. So what this is about is when you deposit funds from Ethereum to XDAI using our bridge, the gas fees can be a little bit high, especially recently with the network congestion on Ethereum. We are always thinking about ways to reduce the cost of this, and right now there's no easy fix. Essentially, there's no easy fix. But like I say, we're always looking at ways to make it quicker or easier. We have a variety of ideas, but none of them are sort of the silver bullet at this point. And a lot of the difficulty of any idea that we come up with is related to a relative lack of liquidity on XDAI. However, this is changing, and more projects are starting to use XDAI. We've had lots of recent announcements in the XDAI space. So if you want to keep up with those, definitely follow XDAI chain on Twitter. So I expect as liquidity improves on XDAI, we'll start to see easier ways to get into, get your USDC from Ethereum onto the XDAI network. Definitely one way that's already available is if you use the XDAI bridge directly to transfer DAI onto XDAI. This costs a lot less than using the ERC20 bridge, which is what we use on perp.exchange. So if you transfer DAI over to XDAI and then you go to HoneySwap, or recently SushiSwap also launched on XDAI, you can swap your tokens from DAI to USDC using that method and save quite a bit in fees. However, like I say, liquidity is still a little bit lacking at this point. So if you have a bunch of liquidity you want to provide, you can definitely be encouraged to go to HoneySwap or SushiSwap and provide some liquidity. And from switching from DAI to USDC, there's no impermanent loss because they're stable coins. So that's a nice little farming opportunity there. All right, the next question we have: do we have plans to extend to other chains? I think pretty much every project in the space right now is probably discussing, what chain they want to move to. So yeah, this is a possibility. We don't have any announcements about this right now, but who knows what the future will bring. And it's definitely interesting. There's so many new chains coming out these days, and some of them are getting a lot of attention. So that, and another thing that I always feel like is fun about Perpetual Protocol is we're sort of one of the first projects to undertake a multi-chain strategy. So I think it might be fun to continue heading in that direction, but there's no plans for that right now. Next question we have is specifically about moving from XDAI to Phantom. Youngwon, do you want to say something?
Yeah. I'm just like, so this is kind of like a multi-chain thing. So Yes, I think we are looking at different options right now. BSC, Mikism, and also Phantom. I think that's the three that we look at right now. I mean, like, there's nothing like, I think, I mean, there are different reasons that, we are not making a move right now. So for BSC, I think one of the question we have is that the Binance is actually the biggest, I mean, derivative exchange, I mean, of the world, even if it's centralized, but most of the users from BSC are from Binance. So I think they are very familiar with, I mean, getting leverage on Binance. So I don't really think we have a age there. So for Mikism, I think it's early. I mean, like, we reach out, we have some discussion with them. But I think the team is so busy that, they actually just want to push out, I mean, at least on the mainnet soon. So I think we will wait. For Phantom, I think the same. I mean, we all know that, I mean, like Andre is pushing hard on that. But still, I mean, like, there are some projects moving there. I think it's promising, but I mean, like, there is, I mean, the liquidity is not, you cannot compare the liquidity on Phantom to Sky right now. Sky has much more, I mean, trading volume and everything. So, yeah, so I think we will wait a while and see how it goes. I'm just trying to be like more concrete. I mean, like, I just because asking a Phantom. So yeah, we did take a look. Yeah.
Okay, we have next question regarding limit orders and stop loss orders. Yes, this is like under very active development, and according to we were running a bounty to have this developed by an outside team, and they've already made a lot of progress, and we'll probably indeed open a beta testing program at some point in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, if you're interested in signing up for the beta for that, definitely let us know in Discord, and we'll be more than happy to have you help us out with testing. That would be really great.
Just to add on to that, from a limit order perspective, we're actually all of the functionality is basically built out now. It's going through some kind of internal testing, and then we're going through some auditing right now. So once the team have done like an internal audit with this third party, we're going to open it up. If you guys don't know already, the builders are already in Discord. It's Nugget and Abdullah. They're both tagged, so if you've got specific questions, you can reach out to them. Otherwise, as Lee said, beta program is going to be soon.
Yeah, we have a question from RectOX about staking. Yes, we did cover staking already, but I'll just do a quick recap. Staking is one of our top priorities right now, so it's under very heavy development. And you should hear some good news about staking within the next few weeks. We don't have a solid launch date at the moment, but like I say, it's our top priority for development, so that should be out pretty soon.
Yeah, I think a good thing about staking is that already, I mean, so it already been audited, so I think there is no problem on the contract side. So we are working on the UI and testing. So hopefully, I mean, so the schedule is this month. I mean, like Q1. So hopefully we can meet that target. Yeah.
All right, the next question we have is, what's good about Phantom besides Andre shilling it? That's a great question. Yeah, I think, yeah, Yohan, you want to answer?
Yeah, nothing, I mean, nothing better than Andrew's shill. I mean, just kidding. I mean, personally, I think for us, I mean, like there are several criteria that we're looking at. So I think the first thing, if we want to move to another chain, I think the first thing is that there has to be a ecosystem there. So right now on the Sky, I mean, like slowly, I mean, there are more like DeFi projects moving here. We are kind of like the first one. Of course, the Uniswap is before us, but I mean, projects are moving to Sky. But if there is another chain that that have more projects than, I mean, Sky, then I think that's actually the key. that we want to move. Andre shares, I think that I mean that won't last long, but I think Andre also, I mean, kind of like trying to persuade, I mean, their projects. I mean, like their project means like Cream and also like Yearn or others to Phantom. I think I'm more, I mean, or we are more like looking for that ecosystem. I think then we can be composable. I think that's actually the big plus to us. Yeah.
All right, the next question we have is from Alex saying, why don't you use XDAI Bridge instead of Ethereum, I think? I'm not sure I really understand the question. Basically, we are using the bridge that's available right now. The bridge that we use was developed by XDAI. XDAI has two different bridges. They have a bridge for moving DAI over to XDAI, and the other bridge they have is for using other ERC20 tokens over to XDAI, which they call Omni Bridge. So since we're using USDC, we have to use the Omni Bridge. Yeah, so that's the option that we have at the moment. If I didn't answer your question fully, just let us know. All right, so we'll move on to some questions that we received from Discord, from members, from users who aren't able to join us on the call. So the first question we have is, how are you progressing in attracting strategic partners? I was just wondering if we have had any interest from major players. I'm not sure exactly what major players really refers to. We're always working, talking with and reaching out to and receiving contacts from different players and different projects. And we're definitely always open to discussion. We don't have any like formal agreements at the moment. Yeah, I don't know, Nick, do you want to say something more about that?
Well, there's nothing kind of concrete right now, but we have had lots of parties, whether it's kind of your larger, like all of the VC, like crypto VCs that or kind of like larger players in the space who are just either looking for kind of either investment or strategic partnership. Like we are actively in chat with them, and some of the like very helpful people in Discord have been kind of introducing us to various parties as well. So we are definitely exploring. There's nothing concrete yet. We're trying to pick the best partner for us that is here for like the long haul, instead of just waiting for the token price to go up and then dumping. So that's the biggest criteria for us right now, which is why we're taking our time and we're being picky.
All right, thanks, Nick. Our next question, again from Discord. Are there any plans to bring professional or big market makers or arbitragers to help drive liquidity and volume and make the system more robust against flash crashes? We don't have any specific plans, but we have already released our arbitrage bot, and there's now Humming bot, which created a connector to work with Perpetual protocol. And I think this will attract a bunch of more professional and large scale players to this market. So I think yeah, we've already yeah.
I'll just add.
Go ahead.
I'll just add that we already have quite a lot of professional market makers that have actually built on top, and we basically know that these parties don't really need to be incentivized in any way, shape, or form. Like they've reached out to us, and these are all of the ones that you already know on crypto Twitter and where else. Which is why we're really focusing on the retail users instead of these guys, because as soon as they see volume, like they're already in it. They're actually asking us on a fairly regular basis to kind of increase the caps so they can trade more. That we do know.
All right, we have a follow-up question regarding multi-chain or other L2. And the question is, would it be better to be on one chain and bridge users and deposits from other chains, or to spread out to a variety of different chains? Well, currently our strategy basically is to bridge users. We were bridging users from Ethereum, and so far it's going pretty well. Although it's hard to say, you know, would it have been better to remain on Ethereum and make users pay a higher gas fee with a little bit less friction in terms of the UX. But I think our number one strategy right now is to remain on XDAI and continue doing what we've been doing. And we've seen a lot of growth in the XDAI community and network with other projects coming on board, which is really great. So we're very confident about that. I also feel like different chains will attract different types of users. So yeah, in the future we will continue to keep an eye on these different things that are happening, and if one looks like a great choice, then we'll think about developing on that as well. But we don't have any specific plans about that right now.
Yeah. Actually, I want to add that Lee's right. So I think different chain like BSC, they actually have different group of users. So BSC actually, most of the users come from Binance, and then it's very different from like the user we have right now. And also different from the ETH DeFi users. So I think in this case, we probably will operate on both on BSC and also on ETH. That's why I feel. And for the ETH layer 2 solutions like Amikisms or maybe like Phantom. I'm not, it's not like 100%, but personally, I think we will pick one. Or like Sky, we will pick one because I think these are the same group of users. And I think winner will take all. So probably like Amikism or others. I don't know which L2, but I think the winner probably take like large percentage of the shares, and then we better be on that chain, and then use that as kind of like our main chain. I think that personally, I think that's the better solution. But yeah, most of the L2 are not ready yet, so we don't know for sure. Yeah. And also, I want to answer the Phantom question. So because Daniel has a follow-up question. So just like he just suggests that we should focus on cross-chain rollup. I think that's also something that we are thinking of. Maybe I think we will keep an eye on like Amikism or like Arbitrum or like other ZK Sync, all these rollups. But I don't personally, back to my previous point, I think we will kind of like pick one of the rollup. I don't think we will kind of like, in every rollup and then try to, because I think in that way, we actually kind of like have, the liquidity is not aggregated. So I think that's actually not a very good thing to us. Yeah, so I think we will just, for the rollup, we'll probably pick one. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, it looks like we're about out of questions. So I guess we'll move on from here. Thanks everybody so much for coming. If you have any further questions, you're always welcome to come to our Discord or Telegram or find us on Twitter as well. And we're more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And always love to hear from community members. And as a quick thank you for joining the call, if you paste your address into the chat right now, we will give you a small airdrop sometime after the call in the next couple of days. So go ahead and copy your address and paste it in, and we'll be giving a small airdrop as a thank you for participating in the call. So thanks everybody for coming, and we really look forward to talking to you again soon.